Everybody, welcome back to OneShot. So last episode, we arrived in the glint, and things are going bad really quickly. Squares everywhere. The plant spirit sacrificed herself to give us some room to maneuver. In the meantime, we have a flying machine to put together while the land here is falling apart. It really does seem like everything is going like terrible, and will be like we've lost some of our main characters so far. The Prophet bot apparently got taken anyway. The head of engineering from the Barons got taken by the squares. People are locked outside of their homes. It's definitely a more darker playthrough than the first time around, but we're hoping that we can fix it. I mean, even our little main character Nico here is all sorts of depressed, having learned that none of it is real. So we need to find a way to the research, water treatment or something along those lines. The place where we got the water sample the first time around, and I don't seem to be able to find a good path towards it. I think it was somewhere here though, but I just can't seem to find the correct path for it. Maybe there's a bridge on the other side now. Okay, then this is where we came in. This is that place. That's the bed. Is there a fast travel thing? No. I'm fairly certain it was here though. Well, keep looking, I guess. I have to run into it at some point. There's no area I can cross. I just somehow have to head back. So we've gotten the gears already from the music box. I just don't see where I can go. Demonic goat, help me. So I haven't done the plant thing. Gave us access to these areas, so it's gotta be something in one of these areas. At this point, the ruins don't lead to too many places anymore. I don't think I need to be in any of them. I can only go to the children's area and where we found the plant lady. It's gotta be somewhere out there. Let me look around a bit on my own. There's no point in keeping you guys here. Alright, I found it, I think. I don't think I've ever been down here before. Yeah, here we go. Some advisors grew around this bridge, almost for some intentional repair efforts. Your station is currently experiencing some technical difficulties. Even the bridge on the way here was sent here by Dr. Silverpoint. No? I can find a battery for a flying machine. I do not. No. Power room seems like a decent enough. Numbers are increasing. Yeah. Can't use the power other things. Didn't I mention it? There I can find a battery for a flying machine. Where's a flying machine? Alright. Are we really gonna depower all these guys just so we can do our thing? I mean, last time we were here, everything was in order, right? Main generator of the Glen. Would you have to know where I can find a battery for a flying machine? It's kind of an emergency. I don't know what a flying machine is, but any sort of flying machinery would require a higher capacity power cell. For example, the generator in this room utilizes such a device. I almost forgot. Had to fix the battery for this thing in the barrens, didn't we? Yeah, we did. This is an emergency for living beings. You can use the battery from the generator. If you take the battery here, all you guys would lose power, wouldn't you? It's the only battery in the Glen powerful enough to do. Yeah. Ah, and he's looking at me too. Oh, man. Yeah, they're really making you go through everything, huh? Oh, well, at least we can hold out hope that we're doing this all for a better ending, right? Yeah. It's all gonna be hunky-dory. And we know it's only the robots that went offline because the people here said they don't use power, so at least we didn't pull anyone off life support, huh? Alrighty then. So we can get the gear from the music box, and the battery is also in our possession. Okay. Found a battery. Unless he wasn't expecting it, some generator on one of the islands. A research station. Yeah. It's probably all the robots there. Felt bad for taking it. You can always just give it back later. Alright, still need a few gears to put this engine back together. Please do what you must to find some. Found a music box. Just have gears in it, right? I assume so, but this looks like one of the ones my father made. Your dad makes music boxes too? Wow. Airplanes, music boxes, everything, huh? Dad makes a lot of things. Where did you get this from, by the way? Trade from the village gave it to me. Let's see. I remember Father saying that he used to trade with some of the people here. He'd always loved traveling this world despite, well... Sorry I started rambling. The gears in there are compatible with the engine, although it pains me to have to take it apart. I'm sorry. Oh, no, we just murdered a whole bunch of robots, but you taking the music box apart, that must really be hard on the emotions there. It's fine. So the fighting scene is a chance after all. Just have to assemble the pieces now, but it might take a while. You mind keeping me company? No, of course not. Just gonna have a quick sip of my drink. There we go. How's it going? Slow. Connectors in the battery were not designed for this type of engine, so I have to shift around some of these ports. There's this bolt that keeps getting stuck and... WD-40. It's amazing. Don't worry, I'm making decent progress. We should be able to make it to the city by tonight. If you say so. What will happen once we get there? We need to bring Proto back first. Then we need to go find one more person. May have already met her, actually. Remember from the last time we were in this... Yeah, the fox thing, right? What does she look like? It's gonna sound strange, but she's... yeah. I do remember talking to Fox at one point. You've met Rue. Memories are still really blurry, though. It's just hard, you know. Pro told me to think of this world like a dream that I get so caught up with, and I just kinda forget. Forget everything here is supposed to be not real, and then I remember. I just get really sad. I listen for me to go home, but knowing that none of it mattered in the first place, am I just trapped here for no reason? Proto also told me not to ask anyone in the world about this, saying how they don't understand. But what about him? How did he know? I'm pretty sure he's gonna know too. Yeah, that or being really confused. How do you know? Aren't you guys all supposed to be code? Well, I'm not sure what to even believe anymore. Wish Rue was here. She's somewhat better at explaining this sort of thing. Do a terrible job of it. Well, we're not really doing a job at all of it. You haven't said a word, so... I bet Proto was even less tactful, wasn't he? I'm afraid I must risk sounding callous, but... Please, you need not concern yourself with how real everything is for now. The plan is already in motion, you cannot allow for distractions. Father's putting everything into this one last run of the world. Last chance for him to fix everything. Father's involved in the world machine? You could say that. Acceleration of square particle anomalies was not accounted for at all, though. The patch was only built to accommodate the normal rate they appear, yeah. See? Hotfix! They're accumulating at frightening speeds now. Proto even lost his body. Thankfully, he gave you the disc just in time. So what happened to him anyway? What happens to anyone who gets caught in the squares? I only know it's bad. We know how the simulation works, right? Everything is code. Specifically, everything is generated from pre-existing code. Squares can cause damage to that code. Most of the time, irreversible damage. Father has lost some friends in previous iterations of the simulation. It took it forever to develop the current, much more stable version. You make it sound like your dad built the simulation himself. Wait, did he? Yeah. But how? If everyone in the world is code, how can he build himself? That's, not really what happened. So, what happened? Well, he built the game, then he put himself in it. Like I said, you shouldn't concern yourself with... Right, alright. Did Prototype ever tell you about the old world? I think he briefly mentioned it, but then shied away from it. This is something being built to greet the Messiah of the old world. He was too caught up with the other stuff at the time to think about it. You know of it, at least, then. Alright, here we go. My father, myself, the other two. None of us are part of the simulation itself. Huh. Our home world, the real world, was actually destroyed a long time ago. Look at him, staring so intensively in the other guy's soul. In the years leading up to the calamity, scientists from all over the world tried to stop it, but the outlook was bleak. The vague prophecy about Messiah from another world became everyone's last bastion of... I was just thinking about how this is similar to Bastion again. And hey, there's the word Bastion itself. I'm pretty sure there's no relation. Pretty sure, because there was no savior in there. Prophet bot Prototype was built to predict the future about specifications of this Messiah. As predictions turned out, the Messiah would not have been able to arrive to our world in time. So that's what the entity, or whatever they call them, said, that I was already too late. In fact, the Messiah would not even have been born before our world ended. This hardened most people abandoned their research and resolved to peacefully live out their final years. Some did the opposite. Even though saving the world was impossible, they didn't want our existence to be in vain. And that's where my father came in. So this is a simulation of the old world or something then? The last of his resources, he built his most ambitious project yet. The world machine. A large detailed facsimile, whatever, of the old world generated from a pool of memories collected from everyone he knew. After a heavy moment of modification and an added narrative, my father was able to convert the entire structure into code. How did that code escape the old world? I have no idea. What I do know is there was no equipment back home that was powerful enough to run the code independently. So aside from standard hardware, I also need to borrow the mental processing abilities of a living person. Yay, you're using my brain for things. Father used himself for that during the initial testing phases. Beta testing, you know how it is. Like I said, it took many iterations for him to make the experience stable enough. As you can see, even that's breaking down. Father caught on to the issue in the last minute, but did not have enough time to fix it. Yeah, deadline and stuff, you know. After the world ended, the code kind of just ended up floating in the void indefinitely. Waiting for a willing operator to install it onto their own hardware. Yay! Me again. Yeah. The operator would then generate the universe in the code, becoming God in the process. It was the living person you needed to borrow. No. That would be you. Ah. Why me? I do not know. We really need to get going. It's fixed. We can leave in the next 5 minutes if you are ready. Try to understand my father's doing this to help all of us. That includes you, Nico. The fact that you can't even go back home, I'm sure it upsets him greatly. It's... World means a lot to him, you know. So, how does flying work? Those machines already exist in our world. You should already know what to expect. Not really. I've only heard about them. They're usually a lot bigger than this one, anyway. Yeah. Well, a word of precaution before we take to the air. Please try not to panic. It takes a few minutes of getting used to, but it's not that bad once you're in the air. I'll try. I should probably tell Calamus and Alula where I'm going. There's two running over here now. Oh, they're gonna get caught in the squares. Bad news, the boat is gone. It's Yep, there we go. Looks like we're heading in this direction. That's fast. Calamus, right? Yeah. How bad is it? Doesn't seem to be in immediate danger. It is of priority that I take you to the city first. We'll come back for it later, right? Let's make a detour later and drop you guys off in the city too if you want. The city is better equipped to handle the square, so you'll be safer there. Well, he's happy to go. We'll be back here in an hour, so please wait for me until then. I'm sure you'll be fine here. Square is still moving pretty slowly for now. Alright then, guess we'll run into each other again soon. Nifty music. I wonder how the hell he managed to land that thing here. Good grief. Made it. You okay there? Yeah, he's a little bit shook up about the whole flight. Huh? Coolest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Aww. You actually, for first timers, are always delightful to watch. That was really fun. Did you have fun too? I mean, you weren't on the plane with me, but you got to watch it at least, right? I still don't get a response from that. Or at least I don't get the opportunity to respond. What for? Flying. Oh, you're welcome? For asking my questions back there too, and for telling me more about the world machine. I'm really sorry about what happened to your old world though, so I'll help you the best I can. Even if it's all just a machine, this world is still nice. I mean, I got to fly, got to see the ocean, and got to meet a lot of nice people. People like you. A prototype, even if he's broken right now. Glad you're taking it so well, Nico. And I'm glad that you have met as well. Despite the circumstances. Speaking of Proto, I should probably head off now. Need to go pick up the siblings too. It's true, those two have been waiting for a while now. In the meantime, remember what to do to get to the surface. Remember having to fix an elevator button. Alright, you should attend to that then. Let's meet up here in an hour, okay? Got it. Alright, now let me just... No, music's gone. No. Yep, there we go. Trapped on the island. Calamus, Alula, there. You don't have much time left. Change of plans, please give me the memory disk. Listen carefully. It's likely I'll be targeted again, so we should split up to keep you safe. I want you to find a door under a large little clock. The room behind it houses a pair of ground access elevators. Once you get to the ground, immediately find Rue and bring her back to the room. She will know what to do in the meantime. What about you, though? I'm going to bring Prototype back. No, he's got a parachute. Well, that's easy enough. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. And a bit shorter, but I think we're getting close to the end, seeing how quickly these chapters are going by. So for now, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're still enjoying the series. For free shows, probably coming like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next episodes. Bye, everyone.